YouTube. This is Saffron DP for all. And today I'm reviewing Astonishing Spiderman Wolverine. This is issues 1 through 6. Pretty sure this is a mini-series. I have no idea. This is published by Marvel. Written by Jason Aaron and art by Adam Kubert, son of Joe Kubert, the legendary comic book artist who has his own school, if I'm not mistaken. Now, when I first heard this series was coming out, I thought it was gonna suck balls. I thought it was some Marvel executives like, you know who we should make a team up series about? A team up we our fans have never seen before? Spider-Man Wolverine. They're such polar opposites. It's gonna be fucking awesome. The fans will love it. And it was pretty good actually. It didn't suck. And the story gets little weird at parts. There are several what the fuck moments that are so cool to the point where they have like just 2-page spreads, 3-page spreads. Like I'm reading a fucking I'm reading a Blazing Angel porn magazine. Like a 3-page spread. But unlike my Blazing Angel 3-page spread, there's no stains on here. Just a work of magnificent art. I'm speechless. I was so surprised by it. I'm gonna tell you the story. A lot of people are gonna say this is a lot like Batman: The Return of Bruce Wayne, by Grant Morrison. About how Batman was sent through time and he's time hopping different time periods. This is kind of like that with Spider-Man Wolverine. By the way, there are going to be some spoilers. So, if I'm going to tell you my rating right out of the bat. This is a must-own, like a 4 out of 5. It's a great book. But then again, I don't know if other people are gonna like it, so I recommend reading the first issue. And if you like the first issue, get the trade. God, we better not get another fucking interruption. This is my second take. So the story, you first see Peter Parker in the Stone Age, looking through his own homemade telescope, like something you would see in Gilligan's Island, if you know what Gilligan Island is. I've never seen a single episode, but I've seen a porn parody of it. A giant meteor is coming. At this point, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and Wolverine has been at the Stone Ages for a while, the prehistoric era. There are dinosaurs, there are gorilla men, and then there's the small folk, which are like gorilla / human hybrids, like the gorilla man, but they're smaller and they're more human-like. Where Wolverine has been spending time with them, protecting them, teaching them how to make brew beer, which survived throughout the millennia to the modern age. I don't know how the fuck they did that. Then the meteor hits, and then boom, Spider-Man and Wolverine wake up to another time period, but this time the roles are changed, where Spider-Man was staying away from the local populace. This time, oh, by the way, when they time jump, they go to dystopian future where the world was long, where civilizations been long been destroyed, except for the small folks somehow survived, and Peter Parker is became somewhat a teacher of them. Wolverine, this time around, has been staying away from them. And then, what happens next is a fucking. It's the end of the world again. But this time, it comes in the shape of a planet, well, not planet size, more like the moon size, destroyer of worlds. If you're thinking it's Galactus, good guess, it's not Galactus. How they solve this problem is through a handgun that can shoot the Phoenix Force. Now, some people say that would be a spoiler, but if you've seen like one of the covers, it has Wolverine pointing a gun that has the Phoenix insignia on it, and that was like one of the first images you saw of this series. So I don't really consider that a spoiler. Then the next issue, it shows you how Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and Wolverine first started this time jumping adventure. There's a robbery done by the Orb, who's this guy whose head is a giant eyeball, hence the Orb, and he's robbing a bank, and then Wolverine and Spider-Man intervene. There are some magic diamonds, and then poof, they're time jumping. And now, you may ask, who is responsible for the time jumping? All this cosmic weirdness. How do I say this? How do I say this without seeming racist? Basically, a Luke Cage looking guy has a bat encrusted with diamonds, which he calls the time stick, can send people through time. And he has a little sidekick that carries a whole bunch of weapons and stuff throughout the ages. And they're all gangsta like. How they show you at the. This is kind of like Lost, where there's so much weird shit happening, like the Orb, like comes to Spider-Man in the form of this Rambo-looking badass, and he's trying to warn Spider-Man about what's going on, but he gets pulled into this portal by these robot arms, a shitload of them, and you're like, what the fuck is that? There's so many what the fuck moments where, are they going to explain it all at the end? There's like Peter Parker was carving faces of some chick into like trees and mountains and shit. You're like, how is this all this weird shit going to make sense at the end? And I thought it wasn't going to. It does make sense at the end. Apparently, this was all set up by Mojo. If you don't know who Mojo is, he's a TV producer from a different dimension, and he's a bit of an asshole. He likes to kidnap superheroes, mostly the X-Men. If you ever seen the X-Men anime cartoon from the 90s, he was there. He was also in the Wolverine and the X-Men. He likes to kidnap superheroes and put them in death traps and death situations, and he likes to film it and put it on a TV show. That's basically what this was. And there are a lot of TV references here and there. They even make references to the Spider-Man movie, and Spider-Man's origin. Mojo's hilarious in this, by the way. And there's one point where he's like, "There's not enough sex appeal. This show is great, but it's missing something. Oh yeah, sex appeal. We have all the blood and violence our viewers want, but none of the sex appeal. So they figure they can fix this by giving Spider-Man a love interest, because God knows we never seen Spider-Man with a girlfriend before." Which made me laugh, because if you don't know who Brand New Day is, basically Spider-Man makes the deal to save whatever, but to do that, he loses all like the Marvel universe uses all memories of all the girlfriends, all the relationships he's ever had, especially the one with Mary Jane Watson. At least I think that's what I've been told Brand New Day is about. But that joke with Mojo is hilarious, and there's plenty of jokes there like that. But the Sar character, he's a bit that's the Time Gangster's name. The Sar character, he can seem a little bit stereotypical, but he's not as bad as Mudflap and Skids from Rise of the Fallen Transformers movie. He's not as bad as them two. This is a great series. You even see Wolverine and Spider-Man go to the Wild West, and Spider-Man's the cowboy somehow took six revolvers and made them to web shooters, and Wolverine is an Indian chief. Oh, by the way, back to the love interest thing. Who they choose as his love interest? You're probably thinking, oh, they're gonna pick another superheroine like, I don't know, like Miss Marvel or Black Widow, because Spider-Man is a thing for redheads. Or like platinum blondes, like Aurora, what's her name? Fucking Storm. But no, who did they pick? A random bank teller, like a random hot chick from the bank robbery. She was the bank teller. I thought that was fucking hilarious. and when Spider-Man first meets this chick, he's like, don't take this the wrong way, but ever since all this wacky time jumping, I've been having dreams about you. And she's like, oh, please God, don't let him be as crazy as he sounds like. There's funny moments like that all around. There's even, back to the Mojo thing, he had like a behind the scenes of the show, and and there were interviews. It's so fucking awful. Okay, I'm gonna go my likes, dislikes. Good drama. I'm not gonna explain what the drama is, but it's good drama. Great art, funny references, great banner between Peter and Logan, cool villains, awesome moments. There's a great life lessons at the end. Many different locations and settings. Dislikes. I find it kind of weird that the small folk, even though they survived million years, didn't like evolve into like more like humans. But whatever. It takes itself, for something as campy as this, and it is campy, it takes itself way too seriously. Like a random gangster finds these time gems and he's becomes a master of time. I found out weird he can control that. You already know my reign. It's a must own. See you later.